addiction. Yes, you have become my addiction every single evening. I love to be with you every evening. All right, this show is produced by Promise, and let's get started very quickly with the hot topics that we have this evening. All right, in the news this evening, EFCC declares Yahaya Bello wanted. Okay, now, and there is plenty other stories surrounding it and other headlines. EFCC declares ex-governor Yahaya Bello wanted for stealing 80 billion naira from Kogi Treasury. Some other headlines to say. Oh, money laundering. EFCC declares Kogi ex-governor Yahaya Bello wanted. You would hear that again, other stories still. And then, Nigerian government tackles Governor Ododo for helping Yahaya Bello evade arrest. That's another angle to it. I can't imagine it. Aisha Yusufu on Ododo stopping Yahaya Bello's arrest. Okay, so all of this you would hear. Moving on to EFCC, other EFCC issues. Alleged 4 billion naira fraud. You may get to hear that court orders ex-Anambra Governor Obiano to face trial. You cannot dodge it. You gotta face trial, brother. That's what court says. Okay, all right. And just when we think we're done with that, then we'll move to other issues, right? Here now we'll land to PDP's issue. Where is that PDP issue? Oh, it's not a small thing. Okay, with PDP, Atiku Makinde present as PDP NEC meeting holds in Abuja. That you would also hear. Okay, court refuses to vacate order stopping seconders, so may hear opera from attending PDP meetings. Court say no go vacate the order. PDP NEC, Wike trying to impress Tinubu, creating supremacy battle with Atiku. Seconders says so. Okay, there is also, I probably will play you that voice pop of Melaye or Tom clashing at the PDP meeting over ex-governor support for Tinubu. Shebi, you be the support the president now. What did you do for the PDP meeting? Okay, you'd get to hear that. But then let's move to APC issues. APC asked IG, that is Inspector General of Police, to probe alleged impersonators of Ganduje's ward executives. Okay, you haven't heard it all. Let's move to other issues. Court sets aside Ganduje's suspension from APC because could leave that suspension. It no go work for now. Okay, let's move to other issues. Yoruba Nation, you'd pay the price. Tinubu wants agitators. And then moving on, Oba of Benin kicks against installation of Sarakin Hausan 1 in Edo State. Oba of Benin kicks against installation of Sarakin Hausa 1 in Edo State. Okay, then we'll move on to other issues. We've never had it so bad before. That is, things never bad like this before. Northeast Church tasks Tinubu on economic revival. Lagos. These are the hot topic that we have this evening. These and other issues we'll be x-raying and looking at this evening. But you know what, as usual, let's quickly go take a cup of water and come back. Today is Thursday, so I have my Thursday, Monday tonic in the house. Good evening, Barrister Darlington, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, pretty precious.
Sir, I'm fine. I'm gallant. I can't be.
You are looking very sharp and dangerous this evening.
You mean here?
I hope there's no problem.
You mean there is problem? Oh? How would there not be problem? There is problem. There is problem, Barrister Darlington. Okay. There is plenty of problem.
I hope it doesn't concern me.
It does not concern you, but there is problem. How would there not be problem in this economy? Are you kidding me? There is problem. Okay, so I just love to let Lagosians know that Tunde Onokoya, I hope that's the correct name. Onakoya rather, has done officially 24 hours in his attempt to win the Guinness World Record. 58 hours of chess play without losing any game. He's done 24 hours already, and he has just about another 48 hours to go, or more than about 32 hours to go, so to say, or 34 hours more to go to complete that. So we do wish him all the best. He did tweet and say it's officially one full day of playing continuous chess in our attempt to break the Guinness World Record for longest chess marathon. And then he mentioned that Coach Shanwa and I have played 60 games and the fatigue is naturally setting in. But one thing we will not do is stop. We'll raise $1 million and bring the gift to to children across the world. The gift of chess to children across the world. Your support is needed now more than ever. So he went on. So Barrister Darlington, this young industrious man from Nigeria is making us proud. So he's attempting to win the Guinness World Record as the person who's played chess for the longest time without losing any game. He's done 24 hours already. And guess what? If he wins, he's trying to raise fund, at least $1 million, which he wants to use to help, take kids off the streets. Remember, he has this thing he does from slum to chest in, Oshodi and other parts of Nigeria. He wants to take that more seriously across the world. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. At least Nigerians our youth are breaking records. They are taking unusual sports. You remember the one that drove from London to Nigeria?
Nigeria, yes.
A lady.
Yes.
And then the cooking lady too. So they are doing great, especially that chess. Chess is a
very calculative game.
It's a mind game. You have to be very intelligent to play chess.
Absolutely, yes.
The Russians developed it in those days of Soviet Union and all that. So they were using it to calculate their dealings with the with the Western world, these capitalists. You call it a game between the capitalists and the socialists. So it's a good game, actually. It's good. It's a good game. If you know how to play chess, you must be intelligent.
All right. Just like me. You be intelligent like me.
You mean okay, but just like you?
Yeah, just like me.
Okay. You're just telling me now.
I will finish you in chess.
In chess.
I did not say but let's go for a break. When we come back, Lagos, we'll get straight into the hot topics that we have this evening. Stay with us.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
He won't use passenger money. Kill him.
Sit tire for here. Put am for him neck. Burn am. Yes, I no go find better work do. Na yahoo dem go dey do. Stop!
Dat person wey you wan born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person. You no stop them. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Alright, Lagos, you are welcome back. 6 minutes past the 7 p.m. mark right here in our studio. This is still the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And it's still your girl, Precious. And yes, we told you we'll be x-raying a couple of conversations this evening. Let's get started. Barrister Darlington, you know the whole thing with Governor Yaya Bello and all of that, right? But let's go straight to today's conversation concerning him. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is come. Okay? That's the way they used to say it. So, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has declared the former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, wanted for offences relating to economic and financial crimes. Now, this was contained in a notice posted on the Commission's official Facebook page today, Thursday. The notice said the public is hereby notified that Yahaya Adoza Bello, former governor of Edo State, whose photograph appears above, is wanted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in connection with alleged case of money laundering to the tune of, take a listen to that, 80 billion 246 million 470,089 naira 88 kobo. Should I call the money again? Okay, thank you. So Bello, a 48-year-old who, appeared to be one of the youngest governors Nigeria produced. He's an Ibira man. Is a native of Okene local government area of Kogi State. His last known address is number 9 Benghazi Street, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. The notice asked anybody with useful information about the former governor's whereabouts to contact any of the commission's office across the country. The Anti-Graft Commission had earlier stated that it would, on Thursday today, arraign the governor before a federal high court sitting in Abuja. You would recall that the former governor had also gone to court to seek an order to stop the EFCC from arresting him, while EFCC went to the same another court to seek for warrant to get him arrested. So that back and forth. However, there's been quite a number of reactions, right? So first off, the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi has faulted Governor Usman Ododo of Kogi State for obstructing the arrest of his predecessor, Yahaya Bello, by operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Now, Fagbemi said it's insufferably disquieting. You hear that word? It's insufferably disquieting for Ododo to obstruct EFCC from arresting Bello. Now, on Wednesday, operatives of the EFCC stormed Bello's residence in Abuja in an attempt to arrest him over an ongoing fraud investigation. But Bello was reportedly smuggled out of his residence by Ododo to evade arrest by the anti-graft agency. Reacting, Fagbemi said EFCC should not be obstructed from carrying out its lawful duties. In fact, in a statement he personally signed, that is the AGF, said a situation where public officials who are themselves subject of protection by law enforcement agents will set up a stratagem of obstruction to the civil and commendable efforts of the EFCC to perform its duty is, to say the least, insufferably disquieting. A fight from the law does not resolve issues at a stake, but only exacerbates issues. Okay, Barrister Darlington, let me quickly take Aisha Yusufu's reaction, then so you can respond at once. So, Aisha Yusufu, an activist, expressed shock over the role played by Governor of Kogi State, Ahmed Usman Ododo, in stopping the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, from arresting his predecessor, Yahaya Bello. Now, Ododo, of course, we know the issue, but Aisha tweeted and said, I cannot imagine, Aisha Yusufu, as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a governor will come to Abuja, where I am, to prevent official EFCC from arresting someone. Could it work? I go be president, then I allow governor enter this same Abuja where I did as president to come smuggle somebody who want arrest come out. If it happen. In fact, she says, as in prevent it from carrying out its constitutional sanctions duty. Kai, poor Nigeria. Well, let's have you dig straight into it, sir.
I am afraid this democracy may not go far.
God forbid.
The way they are going about it, seriously, the level of impunity, the level of arrogance, coupled with corruption, is going to destroy this democracy. Now, let's look at these issues because it's very germane here. Who is Yahaya Bello? Remember, I can call him Buhari's godson. Apparently, he got his audacity because he feels that Buhari is his godfather. You all know how the wife of Buhari went there during his election and pleaded with Kogi people. El-Rufai even knelt down and pleaded with them to vote Yahaya Bello that is going to perform. Now, with all this backing, this man now went all out to plunder Kogi State. Under the watch of Buhari, Buhari was present then. He was seeing what was going on. He didn't call him, come my son, what are you doing? He pretended as if he didn't see him. Now, this guy felt that since Buhari is his godfather, he can do whatever. And now Buhari have left office. Apparently, he have made calls. You cannot tell me that Yahya Bello he had made calls and maybe they snubbed him. That is why he has been jumping from one place to the other. And maybe because he's not in the good book of Tinubu. Listen very well, because tomorrow I am going to somewhere. Now, maybe the powers that be, they don't want to tell EFCC to back down on Yahya Bello. And that is why he's going through this. He thought maybe when he do hide and seek, somebody may intervene and say, okay, leave him. That was why he called Tinubu. And then, apparently, Tinubu did not listen. The Attorney General has spoken. Many other people have spoken. So the man, he may not run for too long. Now that he has been declared wanted, he may not run for too long. But let me ask you, is it truly a fact that the president is fighting corruption? Is it? Or you are being selective? Remember, it is this selectivity that whittled down the respect the international community and Nigerians have for EFCC. It is this selective prosecution, selective arrest and all that made people to, look down on EFCC. In the days of Nuhu Ribadu, we know how he started until politics entered into the matter. And since after him, EFCC have never been itself again. They now look at faces before they will go and make arrests. They now look at the body language of the person on top before they can make arrests. It is Yahya Bello now. Precious, sir? I want to ask you and Nigerians, if there is such allegation against Wike tomorrow, will they ask him to go and answer EFCC? Will they ask him, with the president and the attorney general, will they ask Wike go and answer EFCC? Because his own corruption is thinking to high heaven.
Has he been accused of anything?
Of course, the governor told us he's going to speed the bin if they push him further. So if the governor Fubara should now let out the cat out of the bag, will the presidency disown Wike and ask him to go and answer EFCC? Go and mark my word, very soon this question will be answered one way or the other. So it is Yahya Bello today, and you are asking me, or rather you are blaming Yahya Bello, but you forgot that this impunity has started from somewhere. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. Governors will be called to come and answer for their sins in office, and then some powers that be will say, don't leave him alone. Remember the case of Emefiele when Buhari was in office. DSS wanted to pick him for financing terrorism. That was a very serious allegation. They have prepared all the charges. They just want to go and pick him from his office and take him to court. What happened? Buhari gave an order that nobody should touch him. Presidential order. Is that not true? So immediately he left office. The new president now picked him up. So is that how we are going to build Nigeria? That's my concern here. Must it be selectivity? Must it be man no man when it comes to corruption fights and crime? How far can we go? Precious, I've told you here severally how the FBI in America went to go and question Joe Biden, a sitting American president, on his tax returns. CNN showed when he welcomed them into his home to come and check his taxes. I mean, American president, FBI. What are we talking about here? I have told you severally, these people should be very careful. They are not laying a very good foundation at all. They are not. So you want me to clap now that EFCC are working, Abi? You want me to clap for them? Why can't they go all out? Everybody that has committed crime, financial crime against this country, pick him up. No matter your height. Even those who are not covered by immunity. What are you waiting for? A man will confess to you here how he was playing kalo with our money with CBN and with Emefiele. Up to today, nobody has mentioned his name anywhere. He's above the law. He's above the law. The 80 billion and 23 trillion, which one is bigger? Hold on, which one is bigger? That one, it is National Assembly that will investigate it and find out. EFCC are not supposed to go and investigate that one, Abi. EFCC are not supposed to investigate that particular money. It is now the responsibility of National Assembly. They want to probe. But you are going to harass Yaya Bello because of 80 billion.
So are you saying they should have left him?
My dear,
if they
are not ready to fight this, let them leave it. Please. If they are not ready to fight this corruption, let them leave it. Let us rest. What are you telling me? Is there anybody above our laws? If they are not ready to fight corruption, let them leave it and stop deceiving us. I ask you here, I say 23 trillion naira and 80 billion naira. Which one is bigger?
Is there an accusation?
Which one are you supposed to pursue?
Is there an accusation that somebody
he said it with his own mouth. What are you? What are you telling me? We discussed it here severally. I've said it here more than 20 times. He said it with his own mouth. I even told you and I to go and pay for the money.
May I know who he is?
Buhari said it. He said it. And now the National Assembly are the one investigating his own case. You can imagine. They are the one investigating to know how he collected the money, how he spent it, and who gave him the money.
But that money has gone beyond 23 trillion. It's about 30 trillion.
Let him return the 23 that he admitted. He admitted that one. Maybe the other 7 trillion is about the interest. Let him return that one. Precious, let him return that one. If you want to find it, make an example of a former president of this country. I am telling you, every other person will sit up. That is how nations develop. That is how nations grow. Not all these shenanigans here and there. You are fighting. I should not clap for you, Abi. You left the leprosy that is worrying us, and you are treating rashes. EFCC is not fighting corruption. Cure ED. And I challenge them. What are you telling me? Look at what went down 8 years ago. Even the people in government now, they have cases with them. Why couldn't they address those issues? That is my question here. So you want me to clap for you that you have declared Yaya Bello wanted? Yes, you are doing very well. Yes, you are fighting corruption. You want to tell me that there are no people, you don't have any case that is more than that 80 billion in your file there that you are not even opened? Is that what EFCC is telling me now? That they don't have any case that is bigger than that amount in their file, in their office, that they have not even opened it and they will never open it? Please, if they are not ready to do this, let them leave it. When Nigerians are ready, we all go out and then say we no go agree. But for this shenanigans, count me out. It's as simple as that. Count me out. I ask you a question here, and I know very soon when they push Ifobara too hard, he will speed the bill. Let me see whether we can go answer EFCC. Let me see.
Okay. So, but Barrister Darlington, unfortunately, my next story still has to do with EFCC. And
go ahead.
Because they have asked the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court a dismissed application by the ex-governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, challenging the EFCC's powers to prosecute him. Ruling on the application filed by Mr. Obiano challenging his trial on Thursday, Justice Hijack Ekwu said the application lacked merit and deserved to be dismissed. The judge faulted and rejected all the grounds upon which Mr. Obiano predicated his application. Bottom line, the court is saying, go and answer your query, go and answer to EFCC. So he said the court would not know whether the former governor was linked to the alleged offenses unless the trial was conducted in accordance with the law. So go and face trial first. The judge held that the issue under contention was whether the state security votes were paid from the federation account, and so the prosecution had a valid case. Quoting that statement, he says, as long as the EFCC Act has not been declared unconstitutional, this court cannot stop the implementation of the Act. The powers of the EFCC ought to be a question of law and has bearing in the 1999 Constitution. State security votes come from the federation account, making the development a constitutional issue. This court has no powers to preempt the case of the prosecution. the judge said. So ruling on the issue of proof of evidence, the judge said that the Federal High Court was a court of summary jurisdiction in criminal proceedings. He held that summary jurisdiction excused the use of proof of evidence prior to the commencement of trial. So we could leave that one first. So Barrister Darlington.
Is the Obiano, he said the security vote, Abi? Please, I want to ask you, is Obiano the only governor who misused security votes? Or is there any governor in this country who doesn't allocate security vote to himself? Let the person step forward. Precious, let the governor step forward. You can see now. You can see now. Have I not been vindicated that this thing is selective? Have I not? Have I not? Please, let's go to another thing. We are not serious.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Moving on to another thing. Let's go straight to the PDP issue, right? Can we visit that one, Barrister Darlington?
Go ahead.
All right. So let's even start with what happened yesterday in courts. In Abuja, as the Kogi State governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 election, Senator Dino Melaye engaged in an altercation with former governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, at the PDP North Central Zone leadership meeting yesterday and Wednesday. So in a post on X on Thursday, Melaye stated that the confrontation stemmed from Otom's declaration of support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress ahead of the 2027 election. Melaye wrote, "Why will Otom attend a PDP meeting after declaring support for Tinubu in 2027? Hence, my altercation with him in the PDP North Central Zone leadership meeting." He also retreated the issue from the altercation posted by, of course, an ex-user. So, Barrister Darlington, you followed this case with Otom and
yeah, I did.
So is it out of point for Otom to attend the PDP meeting in spite of his support for the president?
If there is if the rules and regulation of a political party say that you must not betray your party, and then you must not engage in what they call anti-party activities, and you went ahead, they're supposed to sanction you.
But the G5 governors held a meeting recently when they insisted that all of them must come together and support Tinubu for 2027. And I mean, they've always gone the other way amongst their party members. So it's not like a new story. And the PDP has ensured that they are yet to be suspended. So that perhaps it's not a problem for the PDP.
If they allow these people to get away with this arrogance, more problem will confront PDP tomorrow. They must be sanctioned. If they are the only people that will remain in that party, let it be. But I have said this maybe in the morning. If the PDP that I used to know is the same PDP today, these people will not try what they did. They will not. They will never try it. You know, when you are a weak person, all manner of insult will come to you.
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, give us a second. Let's take a listen to Otom, drumming support for the president as alleged or as said by Dino Melaye. Not alleged now because he said it himself.
It's a non-fact now.
The governor pledged hosted by the minister rejected.
Oh dear, I was wishing I had.
Let us work, because Nigeria cannot exist when we have no Nigeria. But if we work to ensure that Bola Ahmed succeeds, there will be tomorrow for anybody to even contest election at all. Our leader, Governor Wike, have already made a declaration that in 2027 we are supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have nowhere to go. Because that is what Nigerians believe. Even the past administration that took Nigeria from top to bottom, we allowed them to work for 8 years. So why can't a seasoned administrator, a seasoned politician, in the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to rule us for 8 years.
So, are you surprised to hear that from? By the way, let's take a listen to that altercation between him and Tinubu in the meeting yesterday. Take a listen.
I am telling you that if I am on my feet and I will speak. I am on my feet and I will speak. I am on my feet and I should be allowed to speak. I will speak. And it's not the only one.
Okay. All right. So the G5 governors consisting of Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, former Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State, former Governor Okize Ikpeazu of Abia State, and former Governor, now you've almost made me forget his name, of Enugu State, and of course former Governor Nyesom Wike, who is the FCT minister now, part of the G5 governors. They had in that meeting drummed support for the president, but they are still members of the PDP. You heard what Otom said, that there is nowhere they have to go to. So let them ensure that they support the president. If Buhari can rule us for 8 years, and he alleged that the former president took Nigeria from top to bottom, so why would we not allow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to rule us for 8 years too? The president is yet to complete 1 year in office. To complete his 1 year cycle, people are already drumming support for his second tenure.
Precious.
Sir?
That is, I've told you, when I started, I told you that these people will destroy this democracy. This is not, from what I know, this is not how these things are practiced seriously. This is the height of psychophancy. I'm telling you, even kindergarten kids cannot behave in this manner. Look at the governor. We have nowhere to go. That means if there is no APC today, there will be no Nigeria. I didn't get that particular area. That thing he made, that statement he made. We have nowhere else to go. Their leader, used from Wike. Is Wike the chairman of the PDP?
G5 governors?
Okay. They should have formed their own party now. Instead of becoming a mole in PDP, they should go away and form their own party. They cannot come and destroy the structure that PDP have built for 16 years. That's what we are saying here. If PDP is not a good party, why are they there constituting a nuisance? They should go and form their own party and leave PDP alone. Is that not the best thing to do? Instead of playing the spoiler. They are like a spy in PDP. You spy in PDP, you go and tell APC. But you will not spy in APC and come and tell PDP. Just because PDP have been too gentle. It is this gentility that cost Jonathan his second time in office. And it has continued. So is it a crime now to be a gentleman in Nigeria? Tell me. If it is this other party that are one-man party, can you come there and form many mess? Can you? No, this other party that is a one-man party, can you come there and do this thing that they are doing? The answer is capital no. You can't do it. But because the PDP is a very national, nobody can claim ownership. They are very liberal. They are very nationalistic in their outlook. People now take advantage, and then all this idea that they imported from all this one-man party, they want to bring it into PDP. That's what is playing out here. Was it not said that evil communication corrupts good manners? When you begin to dilly-dally with people who do not have the same idea, before you know it, they will co-opt you into their own way of doing things. And you run with it. My people used to say that when evil is allowed to manifest for too long, before you know it becomes a tradition and culture. Can't you see that gradually this democracy is dying? Can't you see it? People now depend on one man. What he says, what he does, for the country to move forward, for the party to move forward. He tells you what to do. If there's a matter in court, he will tell you, go and bring out the matter in that court. Then I will adjudicate on it. Please, is that how democracy is practiced? I told you here that Donald Trump with his bravado, the American institution dealt with him. A CNN intern was seconded to his office to come and cover that place. The man confronted Donald Trump face to face. Donald Trump was angry. He wondered what gave him the audacity. He walked him out of that place, say he should not come. The CNN, his office, sent him back to that place. Go and cover go back to your beat. Donald Trump sent him away. They went to court. The court now told the man, go back to that place. Go and be doing your work there. Immediately, Donald Trump heard that the court had ruled. He kept quiet. He humbled himself. Precious. He humbled himself. If it were Nigeria, even your fellow journalist will tell the man said you should go now. He said he doesn't want you in Aso Rock. Go now, leave the place now. Must you be the one to cover it? I just gave as something you can. Somebody should call in the US now and tell me whether I'm lying. That is where you copy your democracy. You are not copying the right thing. When I told you here that you copied the corrupt version, you are saying Look at what is happening. Is that how it do? When you see things moving in this direction, what do you think will happen at the end of the day? Destruction. Then when it happens, the people who the people to talk now, but how did we get here? You can see how we are getting here now. Nigerians, you can see how you are getting here now. You can see how you are getting here now. Because I know that the end result of this arrogance and infamy is destruction. Nothing else. Nothing good will come out of this type of behavior. Want to build a Nigeria, a united Nigeria, a corrupt, and this is how you are going to do it, Abi? How can anything good come out of this? Mention.
Okay. So, since you're talking about PDP already, so the 98th National Executive Committee meeting of the People's Democratic Party, which was currently ongoing at the time of this report, at the NEC Hall of the party's National Secretariat in Wadata Plaza, Abuja today, had conspicuously absent Wike, the former governor of Rivers State, and the minister of the FCT. But present were the national chairman, Omarodan Adamagun, who also chairs the meeting, a former vice president and PDP 2023 presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and a former vice president, Namadi Sambo, including Governor Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State. But just before the end of the meeting, Wike arrived the meeting venue. However, Barrister Darlington, that meeting has come and gone, right? And then one would have expected, perhaps these G45 governors would, be sanctioned for quote-unquote anti-party activities based on the vox pop I played earlier about Otom's statement. But they were not suspended. Mm-hmm. They just talked about the insecurity in the country and where it was leading people and all of that. Wike wasn't suspended. The G5 governors were not suspended. Damagun was not asked to drop. Then what was the essence of the meeting? Because it looked like the real issues bedeviling or disturbing the party were still left unattended, perhaps waiting for the national convention. And a lot of people are alleging now that perhaps the PDP is dead because there's no major opposition again in the country. In fact, people are saying that perhaps till 2031, no more major opposition in the country. What's your view on this?
It is very unfortunate. This weekend that everybody is calling, seriously, if not for the money in his kitty, can Wike be this arrogant? The answer is no. All these things that Wike is it is the River State people's money that is in his pocket, nothing else. That was where he got the money to buy form for all the House of Rep members, all the senators, even the governor. Is that not true? It's the money. That is your democracy for you. It's the River State people's money that he's using to throw his weight all over the place, using it to sponsor candidates in other political parties, just for his own selfish interests. And people are telling me he's a bridge builder. Which bridge are you building? Which bridge? With whose money? Let Wike return all the money in his river people's money he has taken, and let's see whether he will be powerful.
Is there any allegation on him that he stole money?
There's never an allegation. Never. Precious, never.
Because
if
you have
not
to speak
for
with facts.
that's it. I know he didn't collect any. Where did he get the money to buy the forms? Did anybody ask him? Didn't you hear when he was saying this, boasting about it, even telling the governor that he does have 25% of all the revenue that comes to Rivers State, that it is right? He didn't say it openly, and nobody said anything. Nobody questioned him. EFCC did not come after him. They kept quiet. That is your democracy for you. Where one man will now be synonymous with the resources of the state. He determined which money will go where, even when he had left office. This Yaya Bello, do you know that the governor left an office for him? Office of the immediate past governor. Decorated everything, left it there, so that whenever the man feel like he can just stroll in, and you now have 2 governors in office, maybe for that period until he leaves. That is your democracy, oh. And you are telling me that if you are a rational human being, this thing should not agitate your mind. Office of the immediate past governor. Office. Can you imagine? They have created various offices. There will be soon they are going to create office of the immediate past pet of the governor, maybe a dog or a cat. Just behaving anyhow as if I don't know where I can place Nigeria now in our own democracy. And people are watching all these things with people's money. If you are doing all this with your own money, I will say no problem. But this is the money they would have used to repair your road, do your school, do your hospital. Somebody cornered it and put it in his pocket to answer Alpha and Omega. Abi? And people are clapping for him. Wike. Before he came into governor, what was he? Who was he? He collect, like the Ondo State governor was saying the other time, that they collected 300 billion. Abi? That Wike collected 900 billion. That's Rivers people from this oil revenue. That they are the one collecting the least amount of money. When he was really lit out, and I checked and I said yes, that is what made Wike who he is. The money he would have used to better the life of Rivers people, he used it to go and answer whatever. Is there anything that is making Wike what he is today, if not for the money in his kitty? Answer me. The money he used to buy from and buy other things and buy influence. Mention any of your politicians that will leave this country today and you will receive a red carpet reception outside here because of integrity and character. Mention one person. Precious, mention one person. We don't learn good things. That's why I have told you we don't have politicians. Precious, the only reason why South Africa is ahead of you, I'm talking of somebody you just released from apartheid yesterday, is because of what? Leadership. Mandela came out. He didn't say because the white put him in prison for 27 years. Oh, yeah, kill all the whites. He said South Africa must be free. He didn't say blacks. He didn't say what? He said South Africa must be free. And with that foundation, look at where South Africa is today in their leadership.
All right,
if it was your own politician, the people that will support them will come out. The man suffered for 27 years. In fact, they should rule us forever. His children to talk about when he died. They will do it in this country. That's why I've been saying this thing. And I know that one day, somebody will remember that, yes, it was said. Look at South Africa. Is it not leadership? You saved them from apartheid yesterday. Your children are now rolling there, and they are treating them like slaves. People you delivered yesterday from apartheid, they are now ahead of you in everything. And you are not bothered. Jacob Zuma was the henchman of ANC. He knows all the graveyard of their saboteurs. He knows where they are. But when he wants to mess up in government, they say, no, you can't do that. They pull him out. His own party pull him out of office. And send him to go and answer charges in court. Precious, when are we going to learn good things for God's sake? This Nigeria that is like this today, was it not human being that brought us where we are today? Is it that God did not bless us or we don't have money? Precious, is it that we don't have money or God did not bless us as a nation? Where is the money? People just cornered it for their own self-glory. And our children are roaming about, to suffering here and there, crossing the desert to go to other people's land to go and die there. While the money is in the hands of a few people who are answering Alpha and Omega. At the end of the day, they are not even God. It's unfortunate. Very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. All this money that is, are you not embarrassed that by this time of the century, Nigeria is where it is? Precious, you cannot even afford the common light, power, electricity. Look at all the nations in Africa. Is there no money?
All right, Barrister Darlington, we don't have time again.
We have time. You have time. Because we are talking of corruption here.
But you have made your point already, so let's move to other issues.
No, the point has not been made, though. It has not been made. If we need to fight over this, let us fight it.
So Barrister Darlington is still talking about the PDP. You know that some people had gone to court to, ensure that they stop Secondus Omehia Opara from attending the PDP meetings. Of course, these are some Wike's men from River State, but the court refused to vacate that order, as Justice Ijeoma in Abuja Federal High Court today, Thursday, refused to vacate the execution of his order bearing a former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Prince, which is Secondus, from attending the party. Oh, yeah. So he had given the order before. He's saying that he's not going to vacate that order because they were protesting the order. So he said no. Justice refused to stay the order in the ruling. Also refused similar requests made by Celestine Omehia and former Deputy Speaker of the House, Austin Opara. The judge, in his ruling in 3 separate applications filed by Secondus Omehia and Opara, held that the case of the applicants were grossly incompetent and lacking in merit. Justice Ikwu had 2 weeks ago issued an interim order restraining Secondus from participating in the forthcoming meeting of the PDP, of course, that held today, pending the hearing of the substantive suit before them. So he refused to vacate that order. Perhaps that's why they were not, very visible in the meeting. But then, still talking about that issue with the PDP, Secondus, of course, had slammed Wike. He says that Wike is trying to impress Tinubu by creating a supremacy battle with Atiku. That's what he says.
Of course.
In fact, he said already getting fed up with his nuisance of bringing politics into governance of the FCT. Secondus said Wike was trying too hard to create a non-existent crisis in the PDP. And that he's trying so hard to please the president so that the president will see him as someone who's strong and reliable.
Exactly.
So all right, so let's move. Let's move.
Because if not for that, then what else? Because I don't see how the president will be watching Wike doing what he's doing. He's creating a very bad image for this administration, but he doesn't know. Seriously, the president cannot claim he doesn't know what is going on. He cannot claim he doesn't know. And why he left Wike, he thinks that at the end of the day, he will be the beneficiary. But if the problem snowball into a crisis, will he now come out and say, what is going on here?
Okay.
But now that this thing is coming up gradually, he will not call Wike, please, if you want to stay in APC, stay in APC. If you want to stay in PDP, stay in PDP. Is that not what a leader is supposed to do to avoid crisis? If an APC man were to be doing what Wike is doing now, will Tinubu keep quiet? No, will he keep quiet and pretend he didn't see what is going on? Please go ahead.
All right, going down to APC, the embattled APC National Chair Abdullahi Ganduje has secured a court order invalidating his suspension from the position and the party. So, bottom line, court has said that suspension where they suspend and a fake Loriro, it's not working. So he still remains the chairman of the party. In fact, he even also made a statement that he's still in charge of the party because that court has thrown away that suspension from the ward level. As a matter of fact, the All Progressives Congress APC has also petitioned the Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun, calling for the probe and apprehension of one Awalu Jamomi and 8 others for allegedly impersonating party executives of Ganduje ward in Dawaking Tofa local government area of Kano State and suspending him. So they said the Inspector General of Police should probe these people who suspended him. Why would they have the mind to suspend wrongfully the chairman of the party?
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
It is the prerogative of the ward leaders to suspend anybody. That is their right. If that suspension by the ward where Ganduje come from is validly procured. So, why is APC telling us now that those ward chairmen or whatever leaders, that they are not members of their party and that IGP should probe them? If they are not in your party, then why would you not suspend people who are not from your party? Precious, does it make sense to you? If they don't have the right to carry out such an exercise, would they have carried that in the first place? They just want to give Ganduje a soft landing. And you can see how APC is reacting because Ganduje is in their good book. Can you validate what I've been saying here now?
And you remember that the case before the case concerning him in his state is stalled because the state cannot serve him.
That's why
they'll be finding it difficult to serve him.
Hold on, you said it's the federal court that will take but EFCC have moved in now. If the EFCC is a federal institution, what is the problem there? It is EFCC that is handling the matter. And I didn't hear anybody tell me that EFCC have no right to probe or take Ganduje to court. He has not said so. Whether the allegation is to go to court and remove your name from the allegation, that's what we are saying. All this suspension from the word, not suspension, go back, you are still the chairman. Is it not a shame? Precious, is it not a shame that the chairman of the ruling party will be involved in this kind of corruption allegation and he's still in office? And they say, step aside. And somebody say, no, he's not suspended though. He should go back and sit down there. That means you are sitting with corruption and you are comfortable with it.
But he's still alleged now. He's still innocent until proven guilty.
That's what we are saying. That alleged, yes. The moment there is such a thing, step aside. Let us find out whether it is true or not. If it is not true, then you go back to your office. After all, a prima facie case has been established. When they saw him stuffing dollar inside his babadiga and everything, did he deny it? He only said it was doctored. But there was evidence. His former boss, Buhari, said that with what he saw, does it mean that Ganduje does not have any reliable person who can help him to collect the money on his behalf? Can you imagine a president of a country?
All right.
That means he has just told you how they collect this money. Yes, now they have reliable people who do the dirty work for them.
Barrister Darlington, let's move on.
That was what Yahaya Bello did.
But
you know that those corruption thing, he was mentioned as an accomplice in that 80 billion. Did you know the real factor behind that case?
Of course, him and his nephew and
good.
Yes.
He was using them.
His nephew, by the way, who is now the chief of staff.
Good. He was using them. So it was during the investigation that his name was mentioned as an accomplice. But we know who brought the 80 billion and how he was using his people to corner the money. That's what they do. So that you not link into them. You can imagine. And these are people who are your VIP, very important person. When they come out, you want me to go and bow down before them, Abi? Because they are God.
All right. Now, Barrister Darlington, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has warned ethnic agitators threatening the sovereignty and unity of Nigeria, saying they would be made to face the full consequences of their actions. He issued the warning against the backdrop of the invasion of the Oyo State House of Assembly complex in Agodi, Ibadan, by Yoruba Nation agitators. Okay, so so he's saying that this thing people are doing, in fact, quoting him, he said, those who think they can threaten the sovereignty of Nigeria will have themselves to blame. They have a price to pay, and we are not going to relent. So he says, well, that's one of the things he says. Yes, sir. So, a lot of people have been speaking and saying that, why is the IPOB treatment not giving to the Yoruba Nation agitators? And some others are saying, perhaps not just now, it should build up and perhaps get to an extent, or perhaps it's not worth it. It's not the same situation. I wanted to take your opinion on that.
My dear, I have told you, when you are in their good book, you can do anything and get away with it. Sunday Boho read the secessionist address before the cameras. Is that not true?
This other lady, Mrs. Abiola, also did the same thing.
Good. So the agitation in the southwest, it had been, even under Buhari, they have been doing it routinely and nothing happened. No village was leveled. Even the military was not even involved. with what happened at Ibadan, did you hear that the military came in and started leveling every village, every community in that area, calling them Biafra or secessionists? It was only the house of that woman where they are staying that they said the state government went to pull down. Only the house. But to go and see what is going on at Olo in Imo State. Go and see.
All right.
In this particular case, they are telling you people will pay. Yes, it is for the camera. It's for the press.
You don't believe that an action will be taken?
The one that happened before now, when they took over a police station at Alaus, I remember. We treated it here. We discussed it here. What happened to those ones?
They were apprehended.
And what happened? No, what happened now? I thought that all their family members, everybody in their village, they would have arrested all of them and leveled their village where they come from. Is that not what they do? Look at what is going on at Okoma. 8 people they were looking for. Because of that, the entire village have been leveled. Eventually, they now named the 8 people. What stops you from naming them and going after them instead of killing an entire village, leveling all of them, sending men out of their home seat?
Is there an evidence that they killed the entire village?
Oh, I said they leveled they burnt houses. They burnt houses and people died. And they didn't want 2 people to go and find out what happened there. No, the level of killing was it not hard by everybody in Okoma? Up to even neighboring villages, they entered into neighboring looking for 8 people. But in this case now, look at it. It has died down. The Lagos Ibadan press, they are not blowing it up. No, they are not saying, why do you want to destroy Nigeria? Did you hear any noise about it? It has died down. The Lagos Ibadan press have suppressed it as if it is a non-issue. Precious, as if it is a non-issue. The leadership of Afari, they went to visit him the other day, where he made this statement. That is the end of that matter. Precious, that is the end of that matter.
But a question I want to ask is, why do we see, in other countries, people seek for agitation but are not given the kind of treatment that agitators give in Nigeria, are giving in Nigeria? Is there something special about agitation in our constitution that makes it,
that will tell you the kind of human species you have in Nigeria, who call themselves your leaders. In other climes, this thing is your right to say you don't want to belong. Britain, our colonial master, they left Europe the other day. In fact, this is the second time they are leaving European Union. Britain. You can exist and you can come back if you like. It was only 13 states that formed America. 13 of them. Others joined willingly and started coming into the union on their own. And because of all this type of behavior, look at where they are. Look at how they are galloping forward, moving forward. In your own case, you must force everybody. Even when it is not working, all of us must die there. Frustrating and suffocating union. Yes, you claim that you are we making progress? All this thing that our growth is stunted, is it not because of this forceful union? Look at how far and wide we are. We are far apart from each other. So when people are agitating, listen, when people are agitating, the next thing to do, if you're a leader that wants your country to grow, call them, come. What is the problem? But you saw how they call them or somewhere. But over here, if you're agitating here, you're a rebel, you're a criminal. But when you agitate in other places, they call you, they pamper you, they give you amnesty. Even when you have done the worst crime on earth. So that's the difference.
Okay. All right. So the Benin Traditional Council has kicked against the planned installation of one Alhaji Danjuma Garaba Binkola as the Garakuan Hausawan Benin by one Alhaji Adamu Issa Adamu. Now, it was reported that a letter dated April 18, 2024, titled Denunciation of Plan to Hold a Turbaning Ceremony in Benin City was signed by Chief Sam Igbe Iyase of the Benin Kingdom on behalf of the Benin Traditional Council. The letter addressed to the Edo State Director, Department of State Security Services, DSS, alleged that the said Alhaji Adamu Issa Adamu described himself as His Royal Highness. Igbe said the turbaning ceremony is scheduled to hold on Sunday, May 5, 2024 at number 7 Butchar Street off Mission Road, Benin City. Now, the Iyase of Benin opined that the planned turbaning ceremony was an unacceptable plan to discredit the sacred Benin traditional and customary law of on chieftaincy matters and unpalatable consequences for law and order in the state. He also added that it was a violation of Benin traditional and customary law applicable to chieftaincy matters and therefore must not hold under any circumstances. According to him, if it has come to the notice of the Benin Traditional Council, BTC, that the individual claiming to be known as, the name I mentioned, Alhaji Issa Adamu, who is described or who has described himself as Sarakin Hausawa, plans to perform a turbaning ceremony in which one Alhaji Danjuma Garba Binkola will be installed as Garakwan Hausawa Benin on Sunday, mentioned. So the BTC hereby informs the Nigerian police force and other security agencies, as well as the general public, that this planned event is a violation of Benin traditional customary law applicable to chieftaincy matters and therefore must, in capital letter, they said, not hold under any circumstances. Well, he said a lot. Barrister Darlington, we know that when people go to other places, they have their, group heads or group royalties leading them. So should this matter be taken this serious, or do you think that the Benin Traditional Council is well within its rights to object to this?
It is a violation of the Benin Traditional Council.
But this kind of issue wasn't a problem in Kwara State, for instance.
When it was what?
Okay,
in
go
Kwara
ahead.
State, what happened in Kwara State?
Go ahead, please.
Is Kwara State part of Yoruba land or what?
Barrister Darlington, go ahead,
okay,
please.
Okay, fine. Now, when the man have declared himself His Royal Highness, then what will be the Oba of Benin? Do you have two Royal Highnesses in a particular kingdom? Or can't you smell trouble here? No, is it not trouble in the making? Somebody deliberately want to do this, and it is for selfish interest, nothing else. Selfish interest. In every community, like you have, let me use my people as an example. When every Sunday, one Igbo community or the other, they always have their meeting, and in that meeting they have chairman, secretary, and all that. And those ones are acceptable. Those ones, whenever happen to any member of your community in Lagos, you run to your chairman or to your secretary or to your publicist or to your treasurer. Those ones are accepted as long as you are not in your area or in your place of birth. You are in another person's land. How can you go there and be asking His Royal Highness, and you want the people there to clap for you that you have done well? Okay, can you go to the north and say you are an emir? No, Precious, answer me. Can you go to the north now, maybe Kano now, and you say, His Royal Highness as this and that? You can't even mention, you can't say it, not to talk of trying to do it. But it is comfortable for them to come and do it here. And you see some people will say it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. That was how they lost Kwara and Kogi. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. You asking me Kwara now. Is Kwara part of the Southwest? The land is Southwest, but are they in charge of, can you count Kwara and Kogi as part of Kwara? You can't.
Do you not have Yorubas in the South in Kwara State?
They are there, but are they, they are there, but are they counted as part of the Southwest? That's what I'm asking you. They are there. Is that well, pressure, please don't let me. You know the history. I've said it several times here. it's this type of thing. Gradually, it doesn't matter.
Both the ones you said and the ones you haven't said and the ones I read myself. I appreciate you. So, Barrister Lindsay, just before we open the phone lines, because it's already time to open the phone lines, Ecclesia Yanowa, a Nigerian EYN Christian denomination across northeast Nigeria, has lamented that the current economic indices of Nigeria have never been this bad in the country's history. They say never in the history of our country have we had it this bad in terms of hardship and how bad the economy is. So they said. Now, the president of EYN, Reverend Joel Billy, while addressing delegates of the Church General Council in Adamawa State, said President Bola Tinubu promised us renewed hope, but he should act renewed hope because this hope is not renewing. In fact, quoting him, he says, "Where are we heading as a nation? In the hands of somebody who came to power with the slogan renewed hope? Indeed, these are turbulent times because the economy has worsened. The poverty index of our nation is something else." Maintaining that the economy had never been this way, it is today that the EYN president said it all began with the unplanned removal of fuel subsidy, floating of the naira, unregulated foreign exchange regime, and institutional corruption. So he said. Well, he said a lot. Barrister Darlington, very quickly.
It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Is in fact, the church that is talking is like they woke up late. Oh. The train has left the train station about a year ago. So whatever he's saying now, they have already planned what they want to do. The latest in their game plan is to be deceiving Nigerians with figures. Naira is coming down. Yes, the dollar is now 1,000 and somebody is clapping. Meanwhile, the South African rand is 11 rand to $1. Can you beat that? Precious. The Chinese yen is 30 naira to $1. 30 yen to $1.
Did you hear that Nigeria is the best performing currency this month?
Yes.
This month of April 2024.
Yeah, in fact.
Amongst other currencies, is doing so well.
Did you hear too that Bloomberg is telling you that you are using your foreign reserve to support your naira? You didn't hear that one, Abi? You want to hear what you want to hear, but the economy is telling you the reality. After lying, let things begin to come down in the market. After lying, Precious, go and buy a bag of rice for 8,000 naira. After lying, Precious, go and buy fuel 87 naira that you bought it before they came into office. And after lying, please, let those things come. At least we experience it in this country. Let those things go back there. Then when you are lying to me, I'll say, yes, I have. In fact, this is your lie, not true. I will agree with you.
All right, Barrister Darlington, let me open phone lines. Nigerians are agents to jumping of the conversation. Nigerians phone lines are now open 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. That's the direct line to call if you want to call us directly. From our studio now, it's now 5 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's begin to take your calls. The WhatsApp number is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That is 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Are you there? Can you hear us?
I'm fine from Kodu.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to say something about this agitators issue. See, one thing in Nigeria is that we always go after to quench the smoke without going to the source, which is the fire. See, number one question we need to ask ourselves, what was the reason of this agitation at the first place? I condemn the way they did it. I condemn it 100%. But why did they do it? Are they doing these things because they were interviewing one of them? He said that the reason why they were doing it is that somebody told them that when they do it, things will be okay for them. It's because of the suffering, the hardship in the country that brought all these agitators and protests and so on and so forth. If the government can put things in order, I believe all these things will reduce. But now we focus on them, condemning them. Yes, we shall condemn them the way they did, the extreme they're gone. But first of all, let the government do the rightful thing, put things in order. I believe all those things will be happening again. That is one. Secondly, about Wike issue, Oshomole said something that if you come to APC, your sins have been forgiven. And now, who is Wike supporting? Is it not the same APC? Then how can PDP sanction Wike? That cannot be possible. So, I did Wike or the G5 governors were supporting something like P2B or NNPP former presidential candidate. You will see that the Tinubu himself may even tell the PDP to sanction him. But now, Tinubu cannot do it because he's also supporting him. And you know the game he played in Rivers. And now he's expecting him to do the same thing in Abuja. So how do you think that Tinubu will be there looking the PDP, watching them to sanction him? That cannot be possible. That is the country we find ourselves. Thank you.
Of democracy.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, lots of WhatsApp messages. All right, okay, Barrister Darlington. I'm not saying anything.
Is it?
No, I'm not saying anything. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Wike and the PDP.
Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
You know that at that time, before the G5 came up, G5 sprang up because ordinarily every other political party in Nigeria then said it was the time of the South. But the PDP, they threw it open because the man who was trying to become the president had promised the other man of 1 billion, which he collected in Lagos. So these people say, okay, good, if you have said so, then let the chairman step down. But who will speak for the South? He refused to step down. And people now say, okay, good, we will not. Nobody has ever said this is the part of unity of Nigeria, and it's part of their own constitution in the PDP constitution, which they now went against by themselves. So when the G5 were trying to stand on their own feet, they said, no, even at the towards about 2 months to, it's okay if you man step down and they bring up somebody else, all of us we shall embrace together. The man would have won in a platter of gold, but that would have been what? God would have handed over to other man. That would have been another different scenario entirely. But the man now, if you now go ahead and say you want to sanction them, you're already destroying your own self. Because nobody can ever stand and say this is the unity of the Nigeria we want. That is politics. And that way of politics, that's what the Nigeria is supposed to go. To be a unity. It's a rotational. Both the government is rotational, president is rotational. So I believe that the G5 were on their right, or on their feet, and they were right that time. So nobody should sanction them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So nobody should sir.
Wike is already digging his political destruction.
Why?
Because
he's gaining more ground.
No. See, no, hold on. I know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, nobody will trust Wike. Even this APC, whenever he wants to do, they will be looking at him with the one corner of their eyes. Wike will not be trusted again. I'm telling you. All these things that people are saying you cannot sanction, I don't know why. I just don't know why. It is a job that PDP, I don't know what has come into them. Maybe the people there are too gentle, But let me tell them, no matter how good you try to play with the generosity with your concubine son, he will never call you his father.
He will call you his father.
When he grow up,
Darlington, let's speak on.
Look, each time I say this, you don't understand.
I don't agree.
When the boy grow up, his mates will tell him that this man is not your father. They will be making fun of him. And one day he confront the mother, say, who is this man that comes?
Why will your adopted son not also call you son?
He's not adopted. He's a concubine.
And so you can adopt your concubine son too.
It's not adoption.
Okay. But someone is on the line. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Mr. Darlington.
Yeah,
welcome.
Yeah, I think I stand to agree with you, Mr. Darlington, because that was actually what I wanted to say. I wanted to say Wike is actually he has already shot himself in the foot. I'll give you the scenario. Initially, his ambition was to become a presidential candidate. So, and due to his enviness, how would I put it? He wanted the ticket for himself, and Autumn couldn't just give him at the platter of gold because he was the chairman then. that will decide it. So they now throw it open. And that was why Atiku attended the fee. So due to the...
Hello, are you there? John.
Oh, it's gone.
Hello, John.
That was the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if it's enviness or inner anger that allow Wike to behave and lost his morals against PDP. Because I'm looking at it on the other hand, we have a president that is a politician for the very first time. And he will just be looking at Wike to play his game because the president has his own ambition to come the second time. So are you telling me now that he will be looking Wike will be doing what he's doing so that he will come back to PDP and challenge him, which is the president? One. Two, PDP are silently looking at Wike because I think they have a motion, in my own opinion. Why? The first motion, which I know when I know PDP has a motion, is when UHIU withdraw his petition from the courts. I know something is the motion. So I don't know who they want to elect as the new chairman. To complete the tenure for the North, because all these things, in my own opinion, is more segregated because they did not shift the presidential ticket to the South. My question now remains to Mr. Darlington is, in the next coming election in 2027, we then still shift it to the South because the battle is like between Wike and Atiku, or will PDP have to go back to restore their dignity by inviting P2B to represent the South so that they could win? Because I feel that's the only force that can battle Tinubu at this moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Such a calculation. All right, interesting.
No,
I like
the
that.
thing is that before 2027, something may happen.
Okay.
Remember how Obi came into Labour Party?
Yes.
It was at the 11th hour. And something happened.
Because of what some people said was occasioned by Wike's own desire.
So let us not, you see, from what Obi did and the phenomenal interest he has generated, let nobody begin to plot all these permutations here and there. Because in Nigerian politics, 2 plus 2 is not 4. Overnight, that 2 plus 2 may become 8. In Nigerian politics, the person you never thought of will become your president, and there's nothing you can do. As long as they have decided that this is the person they want. Precious, with all that happened in 2023, did you believe that we will be where we are today? With all the things, all the evidence, all the facts, everything, did you believe? I don't know when Nigerians will learn a lesson.
All right, so Barrister Darlington, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello?
Yes?
Precious, happy New Year, happy Easter.
Happy New, happy everything to you. Welcome. Remind me your name, sir.
This will be calling from Obi,
Daddy.
Obi, one of them.
On a hot cake. I don't call vest, protest.
Sorry,
nobody look my
sorry.
But you they get other shows very easy. You they call other.
Why am I sure you know the fee gets?
You they call other.
I
greet you now. You they call other shows and they answer you well.
Darlington, I was calling you when they kidnapped my brother at 7.5 and I paid 8 million. Their call was not going at all. Station, I wasn't getting through. 7.5 before election.
Is there a lie?
Before governorship election. That's by the side. Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
I'm hearing you. You know I told you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
I narrated the same thing happened about, was it not about 2 or 3 months ago? A policeman in my house, living in my house. They kidnapped you. I told you now. I told you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
I even attended Ezeanyanwu's burial. I thought I would see somebody. I'll be asking. I don't know. I thought you would be there. Ezeanyanwu's burial.
Oh
I was
my
there.
God. Chai.
Yes.
All right, so
you see that church. You see that church that is complaining. They came really late, Darlington.
I told them now.
I changed $100 there for yesterday, 900 naira, and dollar is 1,001 today. The other man complained that they are losing so much. How can you say you are floating naira and when you are giving them money and telling them how much to sell? He said the money they bought, they are all losing, completely losing. They say they are going to have a meeting towards this because they won't sell at that price they give them. They are going to pretend to be buying, but they will keep it and they will not sell until they will create a teacher scarcity and start selling high. You see, this is the position where we are in this country.
That's a fact.
You say you are going to float naira and you are giving them condition on how much to sell. You say subsidy is gone. You are still paying. You are still paying subsidy. So, my brother, Nigeria, I pray for everybody. Precious baby.
Sir?
I miss you. I call I protest.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, Precious.
You guys are good.
We're fine.
You are fine. You'll be calling Obi now. Because he don't call you time.
Thank you.
My brother.
Thank you so much. All right, let me run to YouTube.
Did you hear what he said?
Yes.
That's what is going to happen. All this bubble, in fact, Precious, it's not good to deceive people because one day they will discover your deceit and it will be very embarrassing. Yes.
All right. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, are you there? Good evening.
Thank you so much.
All right. Unfortunately, when you call us, try as much as you can to turn off the volume of your listening device so we can hear you. We'll have too many messages to read, too many calls to attend to, so we don't dwell on. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, good evening. Welcome. Thank you, sir. What's your name and where?
Hello. Good evening, Precious.
I can hear you. Welcome, sir.
I'm Barrister Darlington.
Well done, no.
Can you hear me?
We are hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Well done, Darlington. Well done for the good work you are doing.
Thank you, my brother.
I just want to comment on what you said about this democracy at the beginning of this program. This democracy is finished. This present crop of politicians, I don't know where they got their this thing from, because this was not how First Republic politicians were behaving. And they're going to finish this, terminate this democracy soon. I really key into what you said. And very soon, I'm pretty sure that the way they are going, because these are shenanigans. And secondly, what is happening in PDP is so unfortunate, because Wike has become a small god that nobody can challenge you. But this is a political deal. Well, also the church that is waking up now, like you said, they are waking up very late because the train has left the station. We don't even know where we are heading to, whether it's Addis or wherever. Only God will save us, because this present government has no solution. There's not even one solution to all these challenges, whether economical, whether dollars, everything. They don't even have. They're just doing trial and error. Nigeria is in the hand of God. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, my brother. All right, let's visit some messages very quickly. Let's begin with YouTube. Benjamin Juna says, Precious, okay. Ask him again. Say that again, Benjamin. Say that again. He said, Precious, are you intelligent? After that first statement, say that again.
Because they want to play chess, Abby.
Yes, say that again. All right. Anne Maxwell says, good evening, Barrister. Anne Maxwell, thank you so much. Ijeoma Egwuatu says, EFCC knew where he is. They should stop deceiving the public. He says, what about the policemen and the army officials who also aided Governor Ododo to take him away?
No.
Ododo no gets escorts.
No, Precious,
sir.
Please ask yourself. When they were calling Yaya Bello to know where he is, he dropped his phone somewhere to divert their attention. They can use tracker to track you with your phone, and then ran to Abuja. Ask yourself, how did Ododo left Kogi and landed in Abuja? Was it with Yaya Bello? Because it happened within an hour. How did he leave Kogi, where he's supposed to do doing some work for Kogi, and ran to Abuja? Nobody has answered that question. Nobody. That means he was following Yaya Bello or something. I don't know. Then the policemen that prevented this thing, I am expecting that by now the IG would have sacked all of them from the police force. That is obstruction of justice.
Okay.
You are preventing the EFCs from doing their statutory duty.
All right, Barrister Darlington, let's take the messages very quickly. And this is, I'm so sorry to say, Nigeria is going nowhere with all this kind of leaders. Okay, and Kerry from Switzerland sent in that. And Kenneth says, a very prominent Vietnamese real estate magnate and politically connected lady was recently sentenced to death. That case, I remember, in Vietnam for defrauding the Vietnamese state of $12 billion. This is how you fight corruption.
I'm telling you.
Whether you're prominent, whether you're close to government or not, may they attack you. Gold medal Otarigu says Otom is Kenezike affirmates. Ngozi Ilu says, honestly, I weep for the country Nigeria. Where are we really heading to? You mentioned it. Promise is here. Our producer, our president, Promise is here. She decided to show her face in camera today.
Promise side.
All right, go ahead. Promise, help us with the WhatsApp messages very, very quickly because we don't have time again.
All right, let's go to WhatsApp. HRBC Wonko says former Governor Yahaya Bello should make himself available for EFCC if he is not guilty. The drama that happened in Abuja yesterday was a total show of shame, whereby people are trying to protect someone that is alleged to have embezzled public fund. The attitude of Governor Ododo is a pure slavery act trying to save his master. It is only in a crazy country that such will happen. Court order or not, I urge the EFCC to ensure that Yahaya Bello is captured so that he will come clear himself. Precious, I totally say no to corruption and lawlessness. And for Tunde, a big congratulations to him, and I urge him to continue to make Nigeria proud. This is according to HRBC Moko.
Okay.
And this says, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. I greet you. See, PDP does not give Peter Obi. Oh, if they don't give Peter Obi 27 tickets, and then just know that we are going for second term of 8 years suffering. Please, I'm just tired of Nigeria and its politics. You didn't say your name here.
Okay.
We have a lot of messages. I don't know where to start. And this says, good evening, VOP. Yusuf from Ijegun. I told my friend after 2023 court ruling on presidential election that we are going to see corruption in another level and color. They should leave Yahaya Bello, please. Anytime they want to fight corruption, let them start from the top. We are all adults. Okay. And this says, Madam Precious, those G5 governors supporting Tinubu for 8 years, when he's still struggling for 1 year, it means something is very wrong somewhere. We'll have to wake up for a reality. Kenechuku from Festac is saying this. And this says, good evening, VOP. When did Buhari tell... Okay.
That's okay. All right. So is that about what Darlington said about stealing money?
Can you imagine? When did he? If you are not current,
so the president did not say he stole money at any.
Did I say stole?
Okay.
Did I say stole?
Okay.
And
he said he collected.
He says Barrister Darlington says that he stole 23 trillion naira. Why can't? Okay.
It's not stole. I didn't say. He said he collected. He collected.
And they're saying you're always biased on your analysis.
Yes, that there's no. Am I afraid of that? No, we should not call a spade, Abi. Which of the biases? Let him tell us. Didn't Buhari say it? He even told you that we should add it to our national debt and pay it. I have stated what he said with his own mouth. Why are the people making it as if there is something about it? Okay, the money they are investigating at the National Assembly, who did it? Where did it come from? Is it not the same money? The man is not calling. He doesn't even know what is going on. He doesn't know. I'm sure the money he would have used to eat breakfast yesterday is a part of that money, and he doesn't know.
Okay, this says, good evening, our Precious. Why are they announcing Bello's whereabouts when EFCC actually saw Ododo whisked him away? Propaganda. God have mercy on Nigeria. Harry Ogada from Pangrove is saying this.
All right, CY says, precious. 3 times now you call me, sir. And good evening, Barrister Darlington. We have a selective justice in this country. The rule of law should apply to all. If the application of law is selective, we are moving quickly towards a precipice. By the way, did the president and governors publicly declare their assets and liability?
At all. Both when they are going in and when they are coming out. I remember during the first interview Buhari granted, they asked him, Mr. President, but you don't ask them to declare your assets and all that. The man fled up. I have declared my assets 4 times. They say, did you need anybody to tell you that if you accept a public office 200 times, you must declare your assets 200 times? Not if you declare in your first time, then second time you say it does not matter. All the things you acquired, do we know?
Okay.
Precious, we are not
Ezekiel
serious.
from Ejigbo is saying, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. The way Barrister Darlington is talking, I'm feeling emotional and almost shed tears. He's really worried about the rot in Nigeria, reasons he is not romantic with his words, unlike some analysts. Please, Nigerians, don't be deceived by this drama of EFCC attempts to arrest Yahaya Bello. They are all acting a script to divert attention from core national issues. Remember how DSS and Okorocha acted in Asokoro? How did it end? It is not same. Oh, is it not same EFCC that busted Aliko Dangote's office? APC. Okay, said they are playing, and they are using Nigerians' intelligence.
That's it. So after deceiving me several times, you want me to allow myself to deceive again?
This says, good evening, Precious and Darlington. It's very disappointing and most unfortunate a man like Samuel Otom has become, or what Samuel Otom has become in the hands of Nyesom Wike, who is young enough to be his son. So if Buhari led Nigerians into abyss, we will allow Tinubu to bury us. You're asking. No wonder he lost his state to APC. Phil in Okota is saying this.
Okay. We have nowhere to
and this
go.
says, good evening, Madam Precious and Barrister Darlington. I think PDP is a joke. Wike should have been expelled immediately after the presidential election. As for corruption, I disagree with the barrister for his apparent whataboutism. Anyone who has a case should go and answer for it. No one government can bring all corrupt officials to book. Maybe another government will try Wike. Stephen from Egbeda is saying this. This says in Malaysia there are parties based on race. There is the Malays party, the Chinese party, and the Indian party. Maybe this is what we need in Nigeria: parties of tribes and have representatives in the nation. Okay.
So let the tribes come and represent. Yeah. All right. Okay. Interesting. All right.
And Precious Ododo Bello Buhari. They've given you name. They said you're Precious Ododo Bello Buhari. Good
It's fine.
evening.
It's okay.
Are you serious?
If it makes them peace, if it makes them sleep at night, it's fine. Barrister Darlington, who am I to say people should not sleep at night? If whatever name you give me makes you sleep at night, it's fine.
Barrister Darlington, I disagree with you on the issue of Yahaya Bello. In as much as I would love Buhari to be prosecuted and sentenced to 200 years in jail with hard labor, but now that Yahaya Bello is in the focus of EFCC, they should get him down by all means. I dislike that man so much because of his arrogance and the way he took Kogi State back to 15 AD. He's one of the worst governors to have walked to the surface of the earth. I beg, he should face justice. Even if EFCC decides to play soft later, I pray God harden their mind. You hate him that much. And that of the judges towards Yahaya Bello. About the question of different treatments of agitators in the Nigeria and abroad, it's because the journalists who the government should be afraid of have turned themselves into media almajiri.
Okay.
Really, the journalists are the first to shout, oh no, don't say that, when people talk about going their separate ways.
All right. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, hi.
Promise Precious.
Yes, please, sir.
Remy London.
Papa Darlington, well done, sir. How are you?
I'm okay.
Fabulous. You see, Precious,
Sir?
maybe we have to add Gowan and Muritala to your name.
You guys are going to be all right. You guys will be all right.
Why not to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Me, this APC woman leader, without portfolio, without office. Thank you.
Yeah, look, well, anyway, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, and
thank you.
I must confess, dealing with the public can be tough. Now, Wike has turned to what he is today. And when people tell me that the G5 governor are smart people, I tell them they are not smart.
They are not.
Now, if they have supported Atiku, the stake they would have had in Atiku government would be well bigger than this. Can you imagine, Wike, you gave up your soul for FCT? If he had supported Atiku, he would have had a bigger share of that government.
FCT minister isn't big enough?
No, come on. It would have had a stake. It's not big enough.
But do you think Atiku would have won the election?
No, Atiku would have won. He would have won. He would have won. So now, what we are saying here, I want Nigeria to please listen. These guys do their shenanigans because they know you are used to accepting rubbish, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even with all of this development, this lie. Okay, see, well, I thought of you, Precious, a moment ago. You were praying for your dollar to come to 1,000. He went back to 1,000. He's back up again, and he's going to continue to go like that because all of this fall has been artificial. Okay, I mean, there was nothing technical. There was no mechanical positionality that you could notice or see in that direction. Please, when they lie to you, don't fool yourself. And lastly, Precious,
sir,
I think the state where we are right now, you see Yaya Bello running around. I think it's quite appalling that the EFCC itself didn't handle the issue very well. The drama, the Nollywood-like rage, is unnecessary. Yaya Bello cannot run away. You can get him at any time. But Tinubu should just tell his boy. After all, he was the youth director of Tinubu's campaign. Tinubu should just tell him, surrender. And if you understand the game, just surrender yourself. If not 80 billion, you carry, say, what?
All right, thank you, Remy. Thank you.
And
thank you so much.
It's a bailable offense. So what is
it's a bailable offense, but Bobrisky that sprayed money,
I think it's
he's not bailable.
News that the FG has told him to surrender himself.
Yes, now.
Yes, of course it is. We mentioned that.
In fact, that shows his level of understanding.
The Attorney General, said that.
All of them have told him. So it's a bailable offense. After all, William Biano, he went on bail,
and then he's even contesting the probe.
That is why I'm laughing at the way these guys are doing this. I don't know. Maybe he thought that somebody will call somebody, and then they will back off. That's what he was thinking now.
Okay. All right, Barrister Darlington, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, Lagos, we get straight into our step-down conversation. Barrister Darlington, on our step-down conversation today, sorry for those who, we have too many messages, too many calls. Yeah. We can't attend to all of them. Forgive us.
Before you go on that, let me say something very germane.
Okay.
Nigerians, if you want to solve this corruption matter, make example of a former president. That is all. The 48 laws of power, he says when you strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. Look at what they did to Boris Johnson in the United Kingdom, a former prime minister. Didn't you see how even his own party told him to leave office? Didn't you see what they did to Jacob Zuma? When you see that your president is in jail because of corruption, would you think twice before you go on with your own? Hold on, would you think twice? All these other countries that are jailing their leaders, you think they are stupid, Abi? They don't know anything. Yet they are borrowing you money. They are borrowing you money. It's money they save from those leaders. They save those money so that those leaders will not steal it.
But Barrister Darlington, we're up for a commercial break. We need to run along. Lagos, when we come back from our commercial break, we go straight into our step-down conversation. And our step-down today, a man is seeking for advice because he's 19 years older than his wife. He's saying that, is it wrong if I beat her to correct her? Because I'm teaching her. She's not doing things well. I'm older than her. I know life more than her. And I beat her to correct her. What is wrong with that? Is it a bad thing? That's our conversation after the break. Lagos will be right back.
You are listening to the number one station. The Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
Cashback? You don't hear of real estate cashback? Chai! This one, Nagbeo. This one go guarantee you 30 to 70% return on investment within a very short time. When you invest for land or house from us, and the thing become your property for between 12 to 24 months, we go rebuy them from you. Then pay both capital and even interest where the property don't carry join body. This na real investment cashback. This one, na time for you to cash out from real estate business for this Obodo Naija. Check out. If you invest 500,000 to 100 million or above, you will get 30% profit for 12 months. And if na 18 months, you will get 50% profit. And if na 24 months, you will get 70% 100% profit. No be the end, because your investment is very, very safe and secure with us. Yes, as you invest, you collect your post-dated check. Sharply. To get more information, office day for number 32C at Detola Aguda, Surulere, Lagos, or call 0803-879-9889. Website now www.richlandproperty.com.ng. Richland Property and Homes Limited, your gateway to a richer life.
Worried about getting competent hands to fix your vehicles? Worry no more, because Ultimate Auto Center has got you covered. Get an ultimate care for your cars. At Ultimate Auto Center, they specialize in taking care of your vehicles to ensure safety. Take your faulty vehicles to Ultimate Auto Center at Ikeja for car alignment and balancing, spray booth, car wash, servicing, electrical and sales. Ultimate Auto Center is now close to you. Kilometer 19, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, opposite the new pedestrian bridge, just beside Ajayi Farm, Ikeja, Lagos. Or call us on 0805-521-0629 or 0808-316-5658. You can also send an email to admin@ultimateauto.com. Visit the website www.ultimateauto.com. Ultimate Auto Center, the ultimate for reliable and trusted hands in auto.
If you want to be heard, say it here. On Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. People, 90.
Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. It is 22 minutes pursuing the 9 p.m. mark. You could say it's 22 minutes to 9 o'clock right here in our studio. And yes, it is still the evening rush, where we have Nigeria's finest conversation every single evening. So let's go straight to that step down conversation, right? So on our step down this evening, a man seeks her advice and he says, I'm 48 years and my wife is 29 years old. When it comes to life, I'm older and more experienced. I correct her, but sometimes youthful exuberance will make her to do some certain things. I flog her to correct her. I see a lot of people calling it abuse. See me see wahala. Is that an abuse? I call it correction. You correct somebody when you love them and don't want them to go astray. Just like you don't want your children to go astray, you correct them. I have friends that cheat on their wives, very bad friends. When they are quarreling, they pack their load and move in with their mistresses, aka side chicks, until their wives will kneel down and start begging them to come back home. But me, I don't have one. So I want to ask, flogging with love because you love her and want her to change, and moving out to stay with a side chick, moving out of the house to stay with a side chick, which one is the better way to correcting a woman that you love? Remember, it is a woman that you love. I don't have a side chick and I don't plan to have one. I've never cheated on my wife before. So my question is not because I have a plan of moving in with a woman. I love my wife and I want my marriage to work. Please advise me. Flogging her to correct her when she makes mistake because I'm older than her. Youthfulness will not let her take correction. She's 19 years older. He's 48, she's 29. So he's way older. And of course, because she's a youth, all this youthful life will not let her stay one place.
They said older men treat you like you're their baby.
Let's leave older man Darlington to answer. Darlington, will you treat promise like a baby? Or you correct her with flogging, sir?
Who's the old man?
I didn't say anything.
You don't have respect.
Personality, do you know that yesterday, because I used to call myself girl, let me even tell you, because I used to call myself girl, so you're with a girl, Precious, and somebody say, Precious, you're not a girl, you're a grandma, and I say,
every woman is a girl.
Me, I'm not a girl like this. Me, that even when I'm 80 years old, I'll still be your girl, and you're calling me a grandma. I don't know if I'm the one that gave birth to you. Please hold it. I'm a girl. In where I come from, our people don't get old. We're like this, forever young. So go ahead.
Because I have an adopted son with me. That's why I'm now your grandpa. Okay, don't worry.
All right.
Now, that man is not running a correctional center in his house. He's not. And let me remind him, he is cutting with revolution. Because A lady of 29-year-old cannot be a girl. It's not. It's an adult, full-grown adult. So all this measure he's talking about that's not the right way. Let them sit down and talk. Let them sit down and discuss it. This flogging will get to a point where the lady will now flog him one day. That lady will carry cane and flog him. Maybe when his bones are weak. So let him watch it. This thing he's telling us now, I don't know where he got this education from. I don't know what he's talking about though. But if he's not careful, there'll be revolution in that house.
But Barrister Darlington, you know there's a lot, even stemming from our upbringing. You know, our parents hit us, flog us, and see it as a way of discipline.
It's correction
a
now.
good way of discipline.
It's correctional center.
So a lot of men have that side. They've been conditioned to think that hitting someone is a way of correcting them, and there is nothing wrong with that.
No, the world has moved on now. Not to your spouse. If it is your child, we can even say okay. And it has to
but
be.
Sometimes we know that a lot of men beat their wives. They hit their wives in Nigeria.
Those people.
But this one is beaten with love. This man has never, for a man,
he doesn't have a side
for
chick.
a man for not to have ever cheated on his wife, ever in his life, he's never cheated. He's not like his friends that when they have issues, they pack and go and leave it. Side chicks. He stays with the wife. It's just that because she's youthful, and she makes mistake, she needs to be corrected, and he just flogs that small flogging to make her brain reset.
Hitting her is a way of compensating, a compensation for not having.
He's not cheating, no. He's never cheated. Sir, Barrister Darlington, phone lines.
The man is telling you, have you run a check on this man to know whether he is a saint?
So bottom line, you're not supporting him. So he asked for an option, having a side chick and cheating and beating your wife. Which one is better?
None of them is good.
None of the above.
None of them.
Barrister Darlington, you didn't answer that question. You failed the exam.
I said none of them is good.
Lagos, phone lines are open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903 and 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening.
Precious.
Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Promise, good evening.
Sir. Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
This is Jova, Barrister Darlington. Good evening.
You're welcome. Jova, you're welcome.
How are you?
Barrister Darlington, I'm managing myself.
Aye.
Precious has refused for me talking in politics. I must speak during step down.
Sorry.
And today I have been so annoyed, especially when I am angry and I want to talk. Precious will not pick my phone.
Sorry.
Let me quickly beg our producer before I just say what I want to say this night. It's like this evening rush program. Producer, please think of increasing the time. This 9 o'clock is not sufficient for us again.
Producer, 9 o'clock is not sufficient again. You're protesting for more time. The time is too short. As you're increasing the time, also increase my capacity.
It's becoming small.
Sorry.
It's becoming small. The time is small for us.
Joval, please. Now that we are in the days of agitation, please don't agitate to take over the station.
Oh yeah, Jova, go quick before we eliminate you in the show because the time is going.
The fact that I am angry with today's political news.
Sorry.
This man that you are reading about is getting me angrier. Angrier the more. See, I feel Precious. Some things can never make sense.
But it's just a two-way answer now. To have a side chick and to correct your wife by beating, which one is the best option?
None of them.
Who is correcting this man?
Okay. So the problem is that you men don't want to tell us. You're behaving like saints now. Let's ask the women. Women, for a man to beat you with love and pamper you because he loves you and he's never cheated on you.
Precious, please, don't talk love now. When you talk love, I will tell you, stop it, I like it. Today, don't. I hate it.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Precious. Quickly, let me say this thing because I am angry now.
Oh yeah, say it.
This man is a disappointment. For him to be 49 years and he's married to a 29 years old girl. What is he telling me? Which means if I do my elimination, maybe the girl was 20 when he married her. That means he waited till he was 39 years, and now he wants to be correcting who? What type of this thing is this? Precious, I am not happy with that man.
Sorry.
This man can never be he can never be in the WhatsApp group of men.
Yeah.
He's asking us to advise him. The advice I will give him
So
is
the
that
brotherhood is not happy
let
with
the girl
him.
go back to her family and let him remain single. If he has been single till that number of those years, I beg.
Thank you so much. Brotherhood.
Somebody cannot rest.
Sorry. On YouTube, Lionheart is saying, who is that damsel at the middle looking so calm and articulated? That damsel is the producer of this show. Her name is Promise. She's been the one at the backyard producing of Promise. Her phone lines are ringing. Sorry, you go to WhatsApp. The messages are plenty inside there. Hello. Good evening.
Yes, this is VOP.
Oh, Felix, put your phone close to your mouth so we can hear you.
What happened is that man lacked mutual romantic communication in marriage, and he's also a coward.
Anyway.
It's not a man that is current with the events of time. So I will call him a primitive man.
All right, thank you. We'll have to let you go because your environment is very, very noisy.
Right.
Hello, good evening. Oh, sorry, Promise. Sorry, one more hand. Good evening.
I'm going to protest.
Good evening. Good evening. Are you there? Good evening, please.
Yes, I am.
Please help us turn up the volume of your listening device. Welcome.
Hello. Promise, I think somebody's talking. When he finishes, I'll talk.
No, nobody is talking. It's you that should talk now. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to talk about the man who said that he's being the wife.
Go ahead. What's your name,
and
sir?
About 14. My name is Dominic. My name is Dominic, yeah.
Dominic,
and I'm speaking to you from the United States.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Man.
Yes, I want to talk about the man who's about 49 and the wife is about 20-something, I think.
29.
Tell that man to be careful because at certain time, when he's about 70, 80 or so, this lady will still be young and be too weak. They can even start flogging him back. So the best thing to do is to start now pampering that lady so that they can take care of him at old age. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, wow, so somebody can not advise somebody to behave well in this life.
We have told him what to do.
All right, go fast.
Yusuf from Ijegun says 19 years gap in marriage is unhealthy. Instead of beating her, why not send her for training? Anyway, some ladies will always say that beating them restores their services. Are you serious?
Good evening, Precious. It's important to address issues through communication, respect, and seeking professional help if necessary. Hillary sent in that message.
And this says that man should be told that what he's doing can land him in jail and he should desist forthwith. When people are stopping corporal punishment for children, someone is talking about beating his wife. Who told him there is seniority in relationships?
Okay. Ebuka from Isolo says, what will even make a 48 years old man go for a woman that's 29 years old? Even in the other room self with her, you will be feeling like a pedophile. I will be feeling like an abuser. Let the man Kukuma convert the young wife to his daughter and be flogging her as he desires. I beg, Jerry. I beg. Who cook jollof rice? Ebuka, rice. Okay.
This says, good evening. That man might be a teacher back in the days that used to flog his students, and that has entered him to the extent that he's now flogging his wife. Precious, don't worry. Someone will flog you, and you will also see it as a small flog.
It's not my portion. It's not my portion.
Now you're supporting the man now.
I'm not. So this says the guy no serious. Why him go join? Why no go join army if he wants to flog someone? If the girl annoys you, why not divorce her? But then why do some ladies find you boring as a man if you refuse to fight with them anytime she wants quarrel? Precious, please, you can you discuss this as your next step down? Why Nigerians answer some names that have different meaning in another Nigerian language, e.g. Mr. Okoli, Mr. Oboli, Mr. Ododo. I think Mr. Darlington understands more Yoruba.
I don't know. This one I don't know.
So what is Ododo?
Don't leave me.
Ask the man who said it.
Okay, this says Precious. That the woman is not his daughter, so he doesn't have any right to flog her. The man is not normal. Bukola from Isheri.
Chris from Mafoluku says, Precious, the truth is that there is something sexually appealing to women about a disciplinarian husband, because when women are naturally wired for such drama, and if you don't beat them once in a while, they will see the man as weakling. Women deep down crave to be tamed to submissiveness, both in and out of Zaozaru.
Is the person a woman? Is the person a woman?
Chris is not a woman, no. He's not Christiana.
And somehow you know what a woman
I'm telling
and this
you.
is Precious. This is his wife and not his child. He can correct his child by flogging sometimes, but his wife, Chinemere from Agbara, is saying.
All right,
no,
hello,
that's
good
a
evening.
no.
Precious.
Sir?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
I think whenever I want to call you, I have to go to a mountain before I make call.
I'm so sorry, the line is so busy. The line is so busy. Sorry, sir.
Good evening, sir. Promise.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Oh, Mr. La from Chicago, you're welcome. Ekushe, sir. Let me teach you something.
Don't worry, I'm learning. I'm learning what's small. Dear.
She's learning dear. Sir?
Yes, it's good. That man, I'm sure he's joking. I'm not sure he did it. Because if you marry a woman, either it's a 13 years old girl or 20 years or 100 years old baby, she's your wife. You have no right to do whatever you want to do. No, there's a stage, our children, there's a stage they got to, you can't beat them again, except just talking to them.
Exactly.
Not talking of someone you say you call your wife. Bye-bye. Thank you, my darling.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. I promise you want to run through some messages.
No matter their age differences, this is not right for a husband to beat his wife in the name of correction. And this says the man is a primitive man. And this
Tell
says,
the man that prison awaits if he dare touch his wife, especially if he's in Lagos. You don't beat your soulmate. Odaba sent in that.
And this person says, Precious, Prince from Ilasa. Precious, are you sure that man is mentally okay? How can he beat an adult and you call it correction? Correction my foot. Precious, if she were to be your daughter, will you accept it?
Okay, Precious, some women need beating before they go correct. Before they go correct. Are you serious?
And Ebuka is saying in future the woman will still flog her husband.
All right, phone lines are still open 0700 903 903 903. Let me go to YouTube. Barrister Darlington, bless you for the knowledge and boldness. Sister Precious, you didn't read out my message on WhatsApp. Hey, I'm not happy with you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. The messages they are lakabrekesas, too plenty. Hello, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Precious.
Sir? Welcome, sir.
Precious, the queen of Iha.
What's Iha?
I don't
know. This is a wicked caller. Precious, you're in trouble. Who is that?
In the house there.
You're welcome. Please go ahead and tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Mr. Emmanuel. I'm just going back home now. I'm on top of the bridge in
You're on top of it here.
You're on top of it here.
Immediately I head on top of my heart skipped. My heart skipped. You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When you say even the age bracket for myself is not even all that much. This time around,
it's just 19 now.
Girls, married girls of 50 something, even married girls of 20. You understand? The main thing is very bad for a man to flog a lady.
Sir, he's not cheating on how. He's not cheating on how. He's never cheated before, ever.
So,
please interpret for non-Igbo speaking people.
As the man did not get power to cheat now. The one went there for us, he never finished. What did they go do outside?
All right, go ahead, please.
He cannot cheat.
Go ahead, sir.
Once you instead of flogging her, let the lady just look for her way and go out from the marriage. That's the best thing.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Darlington, someone is saying we should make sure you interpret that thing before you leave the studio for us.
Hello, your boy.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Undiluted Goodman.
You're welcome. Very quickly, please, in 30 seconds. Go ahead. So, is it better to cheat than to correct your wife through small beating? Small beating.
Actually, the man don't have right to flog the lady because he has already called her his wife. So, whatever may be the case, he has to endure because this is woman for you. Woman can do anything. You cannot be flogging her with cane as if he's a dog or goat.
Okay.
It's not fair.
Thank you.
I don't support that one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
This one
too.
is talking about I'm not cheating. I've told you the reason. But if you're not cheating, maybe on a yonko.
All right, Barrister Darlington. Thank you. Thank you, Lagos. Thank you, Barrister Darlington. I won't ask you for your parting shot. Let's pack our load and leave the studio. Lagos, my name is Precious Enyi.
You will not ask me.
I will not ask you, sir. You say
that means we are not partying.
You
here.
give me your parting shot on Monday. My name is Precious Enyi Lagos. Her name is Promise.
And I'm Promise Enyi on social media. On Facebook, I am Promise Enyi. On Instagram, I'm Promise Enyi Official. Okay. And on Twitter, I am Promise Enyi Official. I need to say this to you.
And she's the producer of the show, right?
Me.
My name is Precious Enyi, guys. I'll see you on Monday. Did I say Monday? Tomorrow I see you. Good night.